Hi, everyone. I'm Coach Servola Frazier, and I am super excited to be able to come to share with you two things and a bonus thing at the end. I'm going to talk to you about your elevator pitch and your emotions about money. And then the bonus thing is I'm going to be doing a bit of a drawing at the end to pick out a winner for a giveaway that I have for my planner for entrepreneurs. I know you guys are super excited because I am. I love, love, love giving. So let's talk about these elevator pitches to get started. I know many of you may get really nervous because who wants to really get out there and put yourself on display and possibly get rejected, right? We're all somehow maybe fearful of the no, and instead of the intrigue or the questions, right? So I want you to take a moment and just to kind of move past those fears and those phobias. What's keeping you from talking about your business? And I want you to think about something. If you don't tell the story of your business, you're leaving it up for someone else to tell the story. And your elevator pitch is the opportunity that you have been granted to share a story about your business. Think about that. Many people feel like, oh, I don't want to do it because it's intrusive, or I don't want to talk about my business because I don't want to come off too salesy, or I don't want to seem obnoxious, or I don't want to seem like a know-it-all. Listen, push all of those thoughts out of your mind, because I guarantee you when someone asks you the question, well, what do? They want to know. They want to know. And guess what? That gives you an opportunity to share it. That gives you an opportunity to take center stage and share it. So take advantage of the opportunity. It is your greatest opportunity to advocate for your business and what you do. It is your time to shine, girl. So shine bright, and let the world see the great things that you're doing. So how can you create like the best, once you move beyond all that fear stuff, how can you create the best elevator pitch where it doesn't come across like the old drag out elevator pitch, like, hello, I'm so-and-so, and I'm the owner of XYZ place. And you don't want to come across as that. I know some of you are like, I'm good with that. And that may be okay. It's absolutely fine. If that works for you, it works for you. But for those of you who want to throw a little bit more intrigue or a little bit more spice out there, let's try this. I want you to begin with the end in mind. And what do I mean by this? I want you to think into the results of what you offer with your business. Think about it. What is the thing that you offer families? What is the thing that you offer single moms or single dads? What is that thing that you offer children or even to the members of your team? What do you offer them? What is that gift that you provide that keeps on giving? And as you're thinking about that, I want you to start formulating that into a sentence. I help ... So, of course, I know some of you are going to be stuck and you're going to be thinking, oh my God, that's so easy for you to say. You've been doing this for some time. And I have. I've been doing this for a really, really long time. So I'm not a newbie when it comes down to creating elevator pitches. I've been doing it for years. So I'm going to give you guys a little bit of help so that you don't feel lost or stuck. And here's two pitches to kind of get you guys started. You can stick with them, but I think you guys can add a little bit more spice to them to make them your own. So the first pitch that I have for you is, I help parents build the life they desire for their children or family. If someone were to say to you, well, what is it that you do? Instead of your response would be, well, I am Sally Sue and I'm the owner of the best childcare ever. Your response could be, I help parents build a life that they desire for their children and their families. Well, then, of course, the next question is, well, tell me more. Tell me more, right? People want to know more because no one describes their childcare centers like that. Here's another one for you. I help strengthen families by providing a safe place for children to grow. Think about that. You do that. You help strengthen families by providing a safe place for children to grow. I remember years ago when my daughter was in childcare, and that's been some years ago. My daughter is 20, she turns 23 in a couple of days. So this is just a wonderful experience to even think back to. But I remember her childcare provider, her name was Renee, and she had a small childcare center in her home. And I loved the fact that Renee could give special attention to my daughter as she was growing up. And she gave her one of the best starts that she could ever have. When my daughter went to start school, she started school ahead of her class. Renee had already taken her through the basic principles that she needed to know, knowing her numbers, her colors, her letters, formulating words, sounding letters out. All of that she got from her pre-K, her VPK program with Renee. And so I am truly thankful for you providers, because that is what you provide every single parent, that opportunity for their kids to have a place where they can grow and develop. And then when they hit the public school system or the private school system, they accelerate in their learning. You do that. You're responsible for that. If I could have provided that for my daughter, myself, I would have. But I'm so thankful and grateful that I had someone who I could trust to do it on my behalf. You see how I'm very genuine in what I'm sharing with you, but you see that there are some key nuggets that you guys can pull out and help to craft your elevator pitch. So begin with the end in mind. Think about the result that you're providing, that best start to the next generation, so that they can start and excel to heights that they've never experienced before. I mean, the sky is the limit for what you can create for elevator pitch, for the impact that each and every one of you are making in those little ones' lives. So I hope that you won't limit yourself to just the normal thing. And if that's your thing, it's your thing. But I believe that if you challenge yourself to go one step further, to advocate for the work that you do, that it will open doors for you that you never imagined could come into your business. And remember, you write the story for your business. Don't leave it up to someone else to do that for you. Well, ladies, I hope that you enjoyed this particular section on elevator pitches, and that there's something that I've shared with you guys that's really charged your batteries and got you going. So for a moment, I just want to tease you just a little bit. At the very end, you got to stay until the end. I am going to be pulling out the winning ticket for someone who's going to win an awesome prize, and that is my Lady Boss Entrepreneur Planner. And leading into talking about the emotion that we have for money, I think that is really important that you all think about that for a moment as we jump into this next session. So, what is your emotion about money? Is it good or bad? Do you have a negative relationship with money? Are you happy to see it coming and sad to see it go? I know many of us experience that. But do you feel like when you get money that you just got this wrenching feeling that there's just so many things that you have to dedicate your money to, and you just don't have enough to go around? Do you have this belief that money doesn't grow in trees, or that if you make too much money, that means that you've gotten it by some evil means, that you're doing something wrong to be making that kind of money? Or do you feel that you're only deserving of a certain value of money? Have you ever been told growing up, money doesn't grow in trees, or there's not enough to go around, or money is the root of all evil? And all of these things couldn't be further from the truth outside of the money doesn't grow in trees. I don't think there's any money trees around here that grow from the ground up. But there are plenty of opportunities that you have that can be like a tree and give you the fruit of money in your life every single day. But many times we are limited by how we feel and think about money. Now, the interesting thing about this is that we don't have a problem with making decisions about money, because we make decisions about money all the time. We decide how much money we're going to spend on groceries. We decide how much money we need to pay a bill. We create budgets. We do all of these beautiful things. But sometimes when it comes down to money in our business, we struggle, and even money in our personal lives, we struggle. So what I want to do is take a couple of minutes to talk about the limiting beliefs and emotions that we can have about money that keep us from making money, saving money, and investing money. And one of the things that we have to understand is that money is not evil. That money is neutral. It is a tool that you use to build your business. And how you take care of that tool will determine how effective it's going to be for you from years to come. So I want you to think about this question that I have for you guys. Is the way you think or feel about money affecting the way you make money, save money, or invest money? Is the way you think or feel about money affecting the way that you make money, save money, or invest money? And the reason why I say all of those three things is because some of you may fit in one of those categories. Some of you may be like, girl, I ain't got no problem with making no money. Sister girl gonna make that money, right? But once you make the money, you got a problem with saving the money, or you have a problem with investing the money. And all of that comes from what we believe about our money. So I need you to get to a place, and your business needs you to get to a place to where you have the right thinking about your money so that you can see your business grow by leaps and bounds, because you can make your money work for you. But it's all about what you think and feel about it that's going to determine what you're going to do. So I want you to take a moment and write out, what are those limiting beliefs that you have about money? Are you one of those people that were saying money don't grow on trees? I mean, I know I've said that to my kids sometimes because like they be asking for like everything, but now they're growing and gone, and they have look. The older they get, the more expensive the gifts get. So I'd be like, look, y'all need to recognize. But the reality of it is I'm coming from a lack mindset with that, right? As if their money has dried up. But the last time I checked, the markets is still moving. People are still using money to buy from online. They're still using money to pump gas in their car. Money is still flowing. So the question is not money, or the statement is not necessarily money doesn't grow on trees. You really need to be thinking about how you can get your own money tree, how you can get money, a money stream that works for you, that keeps money flowing into your life in an ever increasing abundant way. So we have to write down and think through what's keeping you, what thoughts did you have about money that's keeping you from making money, saving money, and investing money. And then I want you to think about the thoughts that you should be thinking about money. So in essence, if you got a thought that says there's only so much money that you can make, right? There's only so much money available to you, then I want you to write that thought down. Well, I can only make so much. There's only so much I can make, right? Write that thought down, right? Next to it, I want you to think of another thought that you should be thinking instead of I can only make so much. Think about it. The sky is the limit. I can make as much money as I want. I can make as much money as I want, because I guarantee you, the person that's out there that's making more money than you, they're thinking they can make as much money as they want. And you should be thinking the same thing too, because money isn't evil. So if you're struggling with saving, you're saying, hey, but I got all these ideas for things that I want to do. You got to spend that money because you don't never know when that money's going to come back. Spend the money because you never know when the money's going to come back, right? No. Shift that thinking. Save your money, because I am going to save my money so that I have much more in store for emergencies and for expansion. So I'm saving for my future. Saving is for your legacy. It's for your future. So when things like COVID, or when emergencies pop up in the business, you don't have to go applying for a loan and pulling your credit to make ends meet. You can pull out of your savings, and then as business continues, restock your savings in order to make that what? Sustainable for your business, right? So you can stay financially solvent. Then the third thing is the thought about investing, right? Investing is, you can't make no money with investing. Think about that. But investing, instead of saying that you can't make money with investing money, I want you to say that investing helps me to allow my money to make money. So investing helps my money make money for my future. Reframe your thinking. And then I want you to visualize. I want you to just really take a moment, and I want you to sit in the chair, and I want you to get calm, and I want you to close your eyes like I'm doing right now. I want you to take a couple of deep breaths in, because I just want you to focus in. And I want you to think about your business, your life, 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 20 years from now, or even think of yourself 80 years old. You're sitting in your rocking chair and you're thinking about all these thoughts about money. And I want you to think about what you would be saying to yourself at 80 years old if you were able to talk to yourself today about all the things that you've learned in life about money, all the experience that you have. Maybe you may say to yourself, take the risk, because some of you may be a little bit too risk adverse in saving and investing. You consider it to be too much of a risk. You need the money now. Maybe your 80-year-old self would say something a little bit different. I want you to think about that for a moment. You can go ahead and pause the video. So your pre-record is really great. And think into that. So let's continue. So I've talked to you about really your limited thinking. So here's a couple of strategies that I think is really important, maybe a thought in there that I think if you carry it forward, it'll help you on your journey to rewiring yourself and rewiring your thinking about money. All right. Don't forget, at the end, we got this nice little prize. One of the things that I love to do when I'm thinking about my money and really getting myself reframed and thinking is I have like sayings. I have things that I say to myself. I have things that I visualize. And that's why my planner is so great, because in my planner, I have tons of positive thoughts. And I like to keep the positive before me, like small victories add up, so count them. Start strong, finish stronger. Make today great. All of these are positive sayings that I have in my planner that help me to target where I need to be focused. Where does my emotions, where do my feelings need to be driving towards? Where should my thoughts be driving towards? And when you're thinking about your money, for the lucky winner of this planner, you'll have the opportunity to kind of thumb through the pages and really see positive thoughts just jump out at you to remind you of where you should be focusing when it comes down to your money. However, I think that it's really important that you understand this principle, and that is driving a wedge between your income and your expenses. Because listen, you guys are going to make money. I believe it. I believe even as things turn around, you're going to make more money than what you've ever made before. And when that happens, you got to drive a wedge between your income and your expenses. And what does it mean? So say right now your income and expenses are here because every time you make money, you're spending all that money up. So every time you make money, your expenses equal the money that you make, or maybe some of you are up or down just a little bit between there, right? So let's say we all start here. And this is your income side. So you start making a little bit more money and you start making a little bit more. And you don't want your expenses to keep increasing with the money that you make. You want your expenses to stay here. That is the wedge. You want to drive that space, that wedge between the money that you're making and the expenses that you have. And the reason why you want to drive the wedge is because the wedge is what gives you the opportunity, that space in between there. That's what gives you the opportunity to save and invest. So by driving that wedge, by not adding to your expenses just because you're making more money, gives you the opportunity to save and invest more money. So when you make more money, you can save more money and invest more money so you can have more money. I know, y'all got that. So I want you to say that with me. When I make more money, I can save more money and invest more money so I can have more money. Okay, say it again, say it again, say it again. When I make money, I can save more money, invest more money so I can have more money. I love it. I love it. I love it. So reframing how we think about it. So drive a wedge between your income and expenses. And finally, I'm going to leave with you as saying that I have really used in my life to help curtail me in seasons where I wanted to just spend all the goodness that just came into my life instead of saving it or investing it. And it's something that the famous financial guru, Dave Ramsey, says. And he says, live like no one else today so you can live like no one else tomorrow. And I use this when I go into places and I'm having to get some stuff for the business. I think to myself, I'm going to live like no one else today so I can live like no one else tomorrow. That means I may have to say no to some things today so I can say yes to more things tomorrow. Well, thank you guys so much for joining me. I would love to get your feedback. I am going to be hosting a planning session that's going to come up in December. I would love for each and every one of you to join me for that session where I will take you through some of the principles that I have in this planner. This planner is really great because not only do you have the opportunity to just look at planning your business, but you get an opportunity to track your business. And you got to track that money, honey. You got to track where that money goes so that you know how much extra you're bringing into your business. But it also helps you to stay focused on those goals and those actions that you need to do in order to grow a thriving business. So if you are the lucky winner, I want to hear your feedback on what you think about this awesome planner. Don't hesitate to share with me because I want to hear from you. Well, we have come to the end of our time today, ladies, and I have to pick out of my nifty box here something for you. All right, I'm not going to drag it out. All right, so let me just go ahead and pick one. All right, what do we have here? Okay. All right, can you guys see the number? All right, just in case you couldn't see it. 1 7 3 9 7 1 1. Who's the lucky winner? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? Is it you? It's you! All right, you guys can see I'm super excited. Well, for the lucky winner, I am super excited that you have won this opportunity to experience my Lady Boss planner. I believe is truly going to be effective for your lives. And for those of you who weren't able to win it today, don't worry. We have them available on my website. All the details are going to be on the last screen of this video. Thank you guys so much for allowing me to pour into your lives. And just so you guys can have it one more time, the lucky winner is 1739711. Thank you so much for allowing me to pour into your lives. I hope you guys will join me for my planning event coming up in December. And for you to get all the details and stay up to date on what's going on with me, please go to my website and all the details will be provided on this last screen. Go ahead and jot it down. And I would love to hear your feedback. God bless. And you guys have a beautiful day. Charge forward and build your business. I believe in you. I believe that you're capable of having the greatest level of success that you've ever experienced in your life. This is your time to shine. Go forth and do it, child. Shine, child. Shine. See you soon.